14, Michael Tefano.
All right, welcome right back here to Dunkin' Donuts Park as we're settling in for this American Legion 19U baseball encounter between Stamford and South Windsor. Nice to have you all with us as we're just about underway with Tufano at the plate. The right fielder to get things started for post 3 Stamford taking on South Windsor today. Stamford won the 17 and under game by the score of 2-0. Game-winning hit came in the 6th inning as Connor Rendano knocked in a pair of runs for the victory. So these two teams highly competitive, obviously, and looking forward to it. There's a ground ball dribble by Tufano right to the first baseman, scooped up. They need help at the bag at first, and they got the out there. Sarah got over there nicely and took the feed from Mickey Howe, and you have one out. That's going to bring up Connor Nicholson, the shortstop today for Stamford. We're here in the top of the first. A lot of light still in that outfield. You can see it playing havoc with a camera lens. Infield is covered just about in shadow now. Nicholson, the shortstop, will hit a ground ball down to third. Fielded there, thrown across the diamond. In plenty of time by Jack Van Horn. And you have now two down.
It's the second baseman, number 1, Telly Colarossi.
Colarossi stepping up to the plate. He'll play second base today for Stamford. We're here in the early going. On the top of the first, and the pitch is down low. Just a beautiful night here in Hartford, Connecticut at Dunkin' Donuts Park. Kicking off our American Legion 2017 summer coverage today. That ball hit by Colarossi down the right field line. That's going to be a fair ball, hit on the warning track. Long throws, he'll try to stretch for 2, and he's in. Tommy Sand tried to put a tag on him. Colarossi able to lob one down the right field line. It's 3:08 to get it out of here down the right field line, about 3:20 or so down the line and left. And a good 392 to straightaway center field to get it out of here. So with 2 down, cleanup hitter Hunter Samuel to the plate. He's the pitcher today for Stamford, trying to help his own cause here in the top of inning number 1. Fastball rides a little high. Tyler Serra's pitch. That's hit hard in the right field for a base hit and more. That's going to bring home a run easy as Colarossi will round third and hit home. And jogging in is Hunter Samuel with an RBI double. And it is 1-0 Stamford here in the first. So Stamford jumps out quickly, 1-0. It's going to bring up the catcher. That's Timmy Mera. Stamford team coming in, I believe, 7-2 in Zone 4 play here in 2017. And the pitch is over for the strike call. Pitch fouled off. South Windsor coming in at 7-3 overall. 5-2 at home, 2-1 on the road. Been hot of late. They've won their last 3. Stamford off to a good start here today. And there's a pitch down to the dirt, goes to the backstop. And Samuel will make his way to the bag at third. Stamford American Legion play has been really the model of consistency over the last few years. A dominating team out of Zone 4. That pitch down low. They come in with a 7-2 mark, 3-2 at home, 4-0 on the road. trying to put together a win streak after a recent loss. They've won their last one out. Kevin Murray, the head coach of Stamford. There's pitch, chop to the shortstop, fielded. Double clutch, long throw across the diamond, and they're going to rule safe there as Tommy Sands' throw a little late over to Mickey Howe, and a run will score from the bag at third, and that's going to be an infield base hit for Timmy Mera, and a 2-0 Stamford lead here in the first.
Now batting, it's the center fielder, number 25, Adam Stone.
And that's going to bring up Adam Stone. The pitch is in there for the strike to Adam. Kevin Murray, quite a bio as the head coach since 2010. One of the reasons why this team has been so consistent. Zone 4 champs, runner-up in the state of Connecticut in 2015, a zone champ in 14 and 13. This team has been around a Connecticut State Championship over the last couple of years. Great feeder system with their junior program too. A little bouncer by Stone. Charge, throw on the run of the bag at first, and job well done by Tommy Sand to get to that one. But Stamford puts up 2, and they jump out to a quick 2-0 lead here at Dunkin Stadium. And you're watching South Windsor and Stamford. The 2017 Connecticut American Legion baseball season is underway. We'll be back with more in a moment.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, welcome right back. Going through his warm-ups, Hunter Simmel. Simmel with an RBI base hit here in the ball game, helping his own cause. He's also scored a run, so Simmel on the mound. Timmy Mera behind the plate catching the balls and strikes. Leading things off will be Ben Custer, the center fielder for South Windsor. So he'll make his way up to home plate here at Dunkin Park, the home of the Yard Goats. Couldn't get a cup of coffee inside the building, though, today. The Dunkin' Donut dispensary not open inside this beautiful ballpark.
Leading off the bottom of the first for South, the center fielder, number 1, Ben Custer.
So Custer will try to get it going here at Yard Goat Stadium. Tim Mera behind the plate. He'll catch the balls and strikes. Nicholson is your shortstop today. At second base is Colarossi for the Stamford team. And the fastball is way up high to Custer. So Custer leading it off. Gonna try to get something going today. Coach McDermott done a long and a great job as the high school coach for Ben Custer. One of the highlights for Ben Custer winning the 19U Zone Championship a few years back. Custer trying to set the table here in the first inning. Semmel into the windup, and the pitch is over for the strike. Custer was starting down to the bag at first, and he's asked to come on back. Semmel is a senior at West Hill High School. DJ Mulvaney is head coach. And there's some quick work of Custer as he strikes him out. So Custer, who thought he had walked, will go back to the dugout and brings up Tyler Sarah. So Sarah comes up to the plate. He's a pitcher today for South Windsor with one down and nobody on. Big righty's fastball in there for the strike. Semmel is an opposing figure out in the mound. He is big, strong looking guy. His favorite player, David Ortiz. He's also played baseball, basketball, and football. He tried to soccer kick that. It's down to the shortstop and thrown across the diamond by Nicholson for the out, and there's 2 out.
Now batting is the shortstop, number 10, Tommy Sand.
Semmel would like to play Division I baseball. His brother, Montana, was a winning pitcher, or actually in Coopertown, and a home run derby winner, I guess is what he's writing on some of his bio information he passed along. Tommy Sand, the hit. Tough customer for this South Windsor team. Pitch in for the strike. Semmel will work quickly. The right-hander into the windup. Comes with a fastball, and that's popped up over our press box, which is located here down the third base line at Ted. Kind of an odd spot for a press box in a brand new facility. But this is where they have built it. They wanted more seating, I believe, for the fan, and they gave them the prime seating. We actually can't see what's going on in left field from our location, and there's a strikeout of Tommy Sand. So 1-2-3 goes South Windsor. It is 2-0 Stamford through 1. We'll be back with the second in a moment right here on SportingNewsCT.com.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
You're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
You also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
You're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
You also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is...
All right, welcome right back as we move on. We have a new pitcher out on the hill. right, as we move on here,
Leading off the top for second.
leading off for Stamford
The left fielder, number
will be
8,
Ruben Rodriguez. He's a left fielder today. He's a player we're not going to see at all from our vantage point of where we sit here. So out on the mound, a new pitcher, that is Jack Van Horn. And the pitch is down low. Van Horn into the windup. Pitch to Rodriguez. Over for the strike call. Had a nice crowd here for the 17 and under Stamford versus South Windsor game. Stamford winning that by the score of 2-0. That pitch a little low. That ball cracked by Rodriguez towards the gap in left center field. That's going to roll all the way to the wall near the 392 mark. Rodriguez touches second. He's thinking 3, and it's not even going to be a relay throw to the bag at third. As Sand took the throw, was a bit offline, and he just held on to the baseball, and that's a leadoff triple by Ruben Rodriguez. Beautiful hit by Rodriguez. TJ Wainwright to the plate. He's the third baseman. Boy, I tell you, these names for Stamford are familiar names. They've competed at either the junior level and had a lot of success and then moved on up to the senior level, or they've fit right in. Head coach Karen Murray, and they're hitting the ball right now here at the old ball yard. Actually brand new, sparkling new. Pitch to the plate, and that's low and away for a ball. Stamford trying to build upon their lead, which is 2-0. Van Horn looks in for the sign. And his pitch to the plate, curveball. Nice stop behind the plate by the catcher. Pitch, and Wainwright will foul that off. He's a junior at West Hill High School. He's committed to a D1 college. Fairleigh Dickinson University, great school. Curveball hit down the left field line, foul. Plans on playing D1 ball at Fairleigh Dickinson. He'll reach out and loop that into shallow right field for a base hit. Rodriguez will score easily from the bag at third, and South Windsor falling behind 3-0 here to Stamford now. Stamford has put up 3 as they're hitting the baseball effectively. And McMorrow steps up to the plate. Flynn McMorrow, his brother, played in the 17 under game competed here. Throw to the bag at first, runner back there. Flynn McMorrow, a freshman in college. Attended the King's School. Going to be popped up and fouled up. His brother was a former American Legion player, won an MVP in the state playoffs during Stamford's 2016 state title run. Pitch in there for the strike call. Van Horn will throw to first. He's been touched up for a run here in the inning. The leadoff triple by Rodriguez. Wainwright brought him home. Now McMorrow is swinging. Pitch fouled off. This game started just a few minutes early. Boy, they had the runner way off the bag, Wainwright. Man, Horn, I think a bit startled, just looked him back to the bag. He certainly wasn't ready to throw. Pitch fouled off. Gonna look the runner back to the bag at first. Jack Van Horn working deliberately. The runner goes, the pitch hit on a line, under the glove of the shortstop, Tommy Sand, and in the center field. So the hit and run was on, and they got runners at first and second. Boy, if Sand had come up with that, there would have been no chance of a double play because of the good hit and run opportunity that was put together. Wainwright got a nice jump. Now Montana Semmel to hit. And the offering. Ball head high in the air. Floating over is the left fielder, and he'll make the catch. As he came into my view as I peer out the window. And the catch is made.
Now batting, number 3, Aaron Donalfo.
Brings up Aaron Donalfo, one of the extra hitters, one of 3 in the lineup for Stamford. Donalfo fouled that off. Runners at first and second. The ball hit high in the air to the left fielder. And it's going to be caught, and Donalfo becomes an out. You have 2 away on 2 fly ball outs.
Now batting, number 9, Bobby Cribben.
Going to bring up Bobby Cribben, the extra player. Off speed pitch in for the strike call to Cribben. Pitch fouled off. Big swing and a miss, and the strikeout of Cribben will end the inning. So 1 run up on the board. You had the leadoff triple by Rodriguez. Wainwright drove him in, and we're through 1.5. Back with the bottom half of inning number 2. 3-0 Stamford.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Brendan Mabey leading things off here for South Windsor in the bottom of inning number 2. Hunter Semmel out in the mound into the windup of the pitch, and that's going to be fouled off as it came with a hard fastball to the inside corner. 3-0 your score if you're just tuning in. 2 in the first and 1 in the second for Stamford. Ben Rapp in the on-deck circle for South Windsor. And the changeup is going to be delivered in the center field for a base hit. So a good bit of hitting there by Brendan Mabey, and he's a leadoff base runner for South Windsor.
Now batting, the catcher, number 16, Ben Rapp.
Brings up Ben Rapp, catcher today. Pitch missed inside. Bill Tatelman behind the plate, catching the balls and strikes. Quite a contributor to American Legion baseball in the state of Connecticut. Helps out with the interpretation of all the rules and regulations associated with the game from the umpire's perspective. A little bit of a light breeze blowing towards our press box area now. Rapp trying to get something going here, and he'll loop one into center field for a base hit. So consecutive hits for South Windsor, and they got 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of inning number 2.
Now batting, number 12, Hunter Pasqualini.
Going to be a brief conversation out in the mound between the catcher, that's Tim Mera, and Hunter Semmel. As we mentioned in the first game, it is great to see the folks here at Dunkin' Donuts Park and the Yard Goats opening up the facility to the American Legion ball players. Of course, the high school teams had a chance to compete here in a couple of Class LL semifinals just a few short weeks ago. That ball dribble foul. Stadium that was expected to be open a year ago had to hold all that festivity till the beginning of this 2017 baseball season for the Yard Goats. Semmel will look the runners back to the bags, both of them, first and second. And the bunt is pushed along by Pasqualini. Going to eliminate the runner at the bag at third. He pushed it a little hard. Pasqualini safe at first on the fielder's choice, so he's still got 2 on and 1 out. Robert Williams digging in. The pitch in there for the strike call. Williams has had a conversation with Mr. Zimmerman, former state director, now coaching in South Windsor. Cue ball hit down to the second baseman. They get the out at the bag at first, and well, There you go. Nice throw along. So they do it beautifully there. Rossi, got myself mixed up. 4-6 and 3 on the double play. I was way ahead of that one. Nice play by the middle infielders. Good throw by Nicholson. And that will do it. Stamford holds them off the boards. We'll be back with more in just a moment, right here from Dunkin' Donuts Park.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
I never realized how much...
All right, welcome back to Dunkin' Donuts Park as we move on to the third. New pitcher on, that's Joe Cepatelli for South Windsor. Give a lot of players an opportunity to compete today. I think that is great. It's quite a thrill to be here, and certainly somewhat of an exhibition game. Both teams using extra hitters here at the senior level today and allowing all the players in uniform to get a chance to play on the beautiful green grass here at the home of the Yard Goats. It's nice to have you with us on SportingNewsCT.com as we continue with our coverage.
Leading off the top of the third for Stanford.
So Stanford coming to play with a 3-0 lead. And Mike Tufano to lead it off. Tufano, good-looking ball player, facing Cepatelli for the first time. Big swing and a miss by Tufano. Tufano's going to be a sophomore in college. Graduated from West Hill in 2016. Hits a pop-up. That's a fair ball towards that right field line. It's a tough field to play in right field here. I haven't mentioned that at all. There's not much room from the foul line to a wall that jettisons basically on a 90-degree angle from the outfield wall coming back towards home, runs parallel with the foul line. And it's not an easy place to play right field. You really got to become accustomed to having that wall so nearby. Therefore, we've seen a couple of balls tucked inside that foul line. Really a hitter's ballpark to right field. You got that obstacle in the way that's on the mind of an outfielder. It's only 308 down the line in right. It's a very interesting ballpark. This is Connor Nicholson. He's the shortstop today for Stanford. Got a runner at first. Tufano with that lob base hit. Fastball just missed. Cepatelli trying to figure a way out of any major problems in the third. Pitch a little high. The runner goes, pitch to the plate, swing, and the ball dropped by the catcher. It was not a foul tip. Pretty good pitch to throw on if he had held on to it. Zapatelli's fastball was up high. He tried to make the transfer. There was no help. Connor Nicholson heading to Regis High School. Pitch down low. It was the Catholic High School Athletic Association Hitter of the Week 2017. They just had their All-Star game. Runner goes. Pitch is hit high up into the air to the right fielder. And it's going to be caught out there. Quick throw back to the bag at first. And they got him. They double him up. They got Tufano. He had roamed too far away. That's a big out. Now the entire infield's going to get together here for a moment.
Now batting, the second baseman.
So it's going to bring up to the plate Colarossi. So Telly digging in. Now the right-handed hitter on this in this lineup for Stamford today. Pitch to the plate, and that's a strike call. Aristotle Colarossi, nickname is Telly. Big swing and a miss there on the fastball. Freshman at West Point with the Fairfield Prep. Got a brother Dominic who is a senior at West Point. He has one message to RCP, the nemesis of Stamford baseball at the American Legion level. Be ready. They're on a mission. Colarossi and Stamford. And it looks like they got a very good team put together here. That pitch hit in the right field for another base hit. They've been going the opposite way here a lot today, and Stamford comes up with yet another hit. It's Tyler Sarah, who began the game out in the mound, fields that ball out in right field. And we'll bring up to the plate Hunter Semmel. Semmel, the starting pitcher today. Pitch crack foul into the stands. Right over the head of a couple of folks watching. The first base side, that was really hard. That pitch hit hop in the air. Center fielder over. Have to take it on a bounce. Digging for third and sliding in. Colarossi, and Semmel take second base on an overthrow. They'll be charged with an error on the overthrow there. And how about the speed of Colarossi to get into position? Out the bag at third.
Now batting, the catcher, number 16, Tim Mura.
Brings up the catcher, Mura. Timmy Mura, the catcher, swings from the right side. Zapatelli in a bit of a jam with 2 on here. Comes in with the fastball. Murrah went to Greens Farm Academy. Hit the ground ball down the stands, a shortstop, and on to the bag at first, and a nice scoop over there will end the inning. All right, we'll be back with the bottom of the third. Stamford held off the board, but they lead it 3-0 here on SportingNewsCT.com.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, Adam Stone now warming up on the mound. Hunter Semmel works a couple of very effective innings, not allowing South Windsor on the board. Now it's up to Adam Stone. Stone comes on, throwing his final warm-up pitches before he faces live ammunition here, and Mickey Howe stepping up to the plate. Adam Stone graduated in, well, he's going to be a junior in September. His older brother's already gone. That's right. Fairfield Prep. It's a perfect game versus New Canaan Darien last week. Brother Kevin and Grant play baseball. Both of them do at Hartford University. He's looking at Duke, Boston College, and also Harvard. And he's got a message. We're coming, RCP. Be ready. RCP, of course, defending state champion. Connecticut will send 2 teams to the New England regionals, I understand. And that first pitch is in for the strike call to Mickey Howe, leading things off for South Windsor here in the bottom of inning number 3. Stone, tall, strong, good. Missed outside with that pitch. Mickey Howe can pitch, play first base. He'll hit that foul third base side. As a pitcher, he certainly has some success in state tournament play. Had a complete game victory. That pitch down low. Went to East Catholic High School. I hear the thud in the mid after the fastball of Adam Stone plugged into that catcher's mitt. First, Murray has to catch Semmel. He can throw it hard. Now Stone is certainly grown. There's a blazing fastball for the strike 3 call to Mickey Howe. Zapatelli now stepping up to the plate.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 5, Joe Zapatelli.
So Zapatelli is a left-handed hitter. He'll step in. Stone gets the side into the windup, and that missed outside for a ball. He's coming with a lot of heat. Nice crowd on hand on the South Windsor side. Likewise for Stamford. It's a tough travail to get here from Stamford. That pitch in there for the strike call. Fouled straight back by Sepatelli. So everybody gets a swing the bat today. Pitchers get the pitch. Fielding players get a chance to do their job. That pitch is down low. Got one out. Nobody on base here in the bottom of the third inning. Ball hit up in the air to the left fielder. And you have two out. Sepatelli took it the opposite way. Nice play out there in left by Ruben Rodriguez. Had a triple, scored a run here in the ball game. Jason Ray stepping up to the plate. One of the extra hitters today. May see some time in the field. Stone looking for a 1-2-3 inning here in the third. Field playing just about straight away, and the pitch, ground ball. Hit down to the second baseman. Colarossi able to field it. Telly moves it onto the bag at first, and that will do it. In the bottom of inning number 3. We're on to the 4th. Stamford continues to lead by the score of 3-0. We'll be back with more in a moment. Stay with us.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, Jay Ray going through his warm-ups. Hunter Pasqualini has gone on to play shortstop, and Charlie King is at the bag at first. Three nothing. You scored 2 in the first and 1.
Lead the center fielder, number 25, Adam Stone.
So Adam Stone will lead things off here in the top of inning number 4. Stone has worked an inning out in the mound. See if he comes out and work one more. Jason Ray peeks over the glove. Here's the pitch to Stone. As we mentioned, his two brothers at Harvard. He's thinking Harvard, Boston College, maybe Duke. Ray's pitch, swing and a miss by Adam Stone when chasing one. It's going to be poked foul. Jason Ray can play some outfield, also play shortstop along with what he's doing right now, pitching. And he gets a pop-up to second base. And it's going to be put away by O'Meara. You have one down here in the top of the 4th inning.
Number 8, Ruben Rodriguez.
Ruben Rodriguez clouded a triple all the way to the wall in left center field his first time. Strong looking player is Rodriguez. First pitch is in there for the strike call. Rodriguez looks like he can be a very dangerous hitter. Pitch over for the strike. Well, with pitch counts and the like and weather, how deep is the pitching staff? Rodriguez will dribble this one. Collected and thrown onto the bag at first, and good work by Jason Ray to get Rodriguez. So you have 2 down.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 5, T.J. Wainwright.
So his Wainwright had an RBI base hit back in the first inning. Pitch in there for the strike call to TJ. 2 out, bases empty. Jason Ray looking for 1-2-3 inning in the 4th. Pitch over for the strike. Pitch to Wainwright. Wainwright swinging a miss and a strikeout. Great work by Jason Ray as he gets him 1-2-3 in the top of the 4th. We'll be back with the bottom half of inning number 4. 3-0 Stamford with the lead over South Windsor.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways.
All right, back here at beautiful Dunkin' Donuts Park here in Hartford. Looks like Michael Tufano has come on the pitch. So Stone works one inning. Now Tufano coming on here at the bottom of the fourth. Leading things off for South Windsor will be Cam O'Mara, the second baseman. They're a right-handed hitter. Tufano on the hill. The pitch to the plate is down low, ball one. So O'Mara trying to get something going here. Tufano's pitch. Kind of a preview of pitching stats for both these teams, the way they're going at it here today. O'Mara, college freshman. Pitch a little high. O'Mara's played here in the past during the high school season, so it's his second time here at Dunkin' Donuts. That pitch is up over his head, and O'Mara down to the bag at first. So he really appreciates it and understands this as being a real thrill. An opportunity to do what a lot of others have not had the opportunity to do, so good for him. Stepping into the batter's box is Charlie King. King has been inserted as the first baseman for South Windsor today. Throw to the bag at first. O'Mara gets on back there. Flynn McMorrow playing first. Tufano's pitch to the plate. Down low. Nice stop. Stamford scored 2 in the first, and then they added a run in the second inning for their lead. Pitch in there for the strike call. Looks like the lights are on now here at Dunkin' Donut Park. Not really needed as of yet. Ball hit high in the air. Center fielder over, and it's going to be put away by Adam Stone for the out. If that's still Stone out there. They do make defensive changes. They don't tell us much about it. Could be Wainwright, too. Looks like Wainwright, not as tall as Adam Stone. And here comes Jackie Van Horn to the plate. Van Horn, a right-handed hitter for South Windsor. In the fourth, you got one down and one on. Big swing and a miss by Van Horn. That ball hit down to the shortstop. Out at the bag at second and on the first, and safe there is Van Horn as he hustles along. So O'Mara is erased. There's 2 out. Reaching on the field is Choice Van Horn, and that will bring Ben Custer to the plate again.
Now batting, a center fielder, number 1, Ben Custer.
So Ben Custer to step in. And the pitch over for the strike call. Went a little dribbler. Tufano's throw a little high and safe there. will be Custer at the bag at first, hustling along, so it'll be an error on the pitcher. Now you got runners at first and second for South Windsor, and looking for a big hit is Tyler Sierra. Or Sarah. Tyler Sarah to step in. So Sarah trying to get something going here. Fouls it off the foot. Pitch low and away. Snap throw down to the bag at second. Oh, and he just got on back to Jack Van Horn. Big throw from the catcher. He's got a big arm, doesn't he? Pitch low and away. Here at the bottom of the fourth inning, the pitch. Ground ball. Hit down the line. They're going to wave the runner home. And hustling home is Van Horn with a run. And in the third goes Custer into second base. With a mighty blow down the line is Tyler Sarah. And it's a 3-1 game. So South Windsor coming up with a clutch 2-out base hit. So stepping in will be Tommy Sand. The way they're doing it today, they're making some defensive substitutions, but they're not changing batting orders at all. Everybody getting a hit, one point or another. So Sand with a base hit here would tie the score, perhaps. Pitch out. Runner back to the bag at first. That's Ben Custer. Custer reached on an error that extended the inning. Pitcher missed low and away. That's over for the strike. Down low. And that's ball four. So Sands draws a walk. Sand down to the bag at first. So Tommy Sand at first. You got Custer at the bag at third. In between is Tyler Sarah, who has the RBI base hit. So Brandon Maybe to the plate. South Windsor trying to put together a big inning here with 2 down. Big swing and a miss. Pitch a little high. Ground ball. Could be trouble. They need help from the pitcher. And over. Nice play by Tufano. And his first baseman collaborating, Flynn McMorrow, to get the out at the bag at first. So just 1 run up on the board, and South Windsor will leave them loaded. We'll be back with the top of the 5th. You got a 3-1 score. Stamford on top. This is American Legion Baseball, live from Dunkin' Donuts Park in Hartford, Connecticut. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
You're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
You also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Well, Flynn McMorrow leading things off, helped out on a nice fielding play to get out of that jam back in the bottom of the 4th inning as Stamford faced the bases loaded. South Windsor looking for some big runs. They got one in the 4th to make it 3-1, so we're on to the 5th inning here. And that's quick work by Jason Ray out in the mound. So you have one down.
Number 2. Montana Semmel.
So Montana Semmel stepping up to the plate, his brother. Also a teammate here, went to West Hill High School. He won a home run derby contest in Cooperstown at the age of 10 and 12. Ground ball hit down to the second baseman. It's fielded. And Sand got it onto the bag at first, so he's moved from short to second, it looks like. And you quickly have 2 down.
Now batting, number 3, Aaron Dinalfo.
Brings up Aaron Dinalfo. So Dinalfo to swing away, one of the extra hitters today. The Ray pitch, down low. Just a beautiful night. Last night of spring. Summer comes our way early tomorrow morning. It's finally here. American Legion baseball season in full swing. And the pitch to the plate, swing and a miss. Fooled him there. That's going to be fouled straight back. Pitch fouled off. Down low. Just tuning in, Stamford scored a couple in the first. They added one in the second. That's a strike 3 call in the 1-2-3 inning for Jason Ray. He makes quick work of the batting order of Stamford in the top of 5. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th. The score remains 3-1. Stamford with a lead over South Windsor.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
You're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
You also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, Ben Rapp will be leading things off. Ben Rapp, the catcher today for South Windsor in the bottom of the 5th. Trying to chip away and get back into this. Ruben Rodriguez out in the hill to throw. Has a triple and a run scored. Also has played some left field, has Rodriguez. Now he's out in the mound. And the pitch is down low for a ball. That's a strike call. And the count goes 1 ball and 1 strike. A lot of sponsors, a lot of media partners for the Yard Goats. That pitch cracked up in the air to the right fielder, and that's going to be hauled in. And you have quickly 1 out. Making the play out in right field was Jimmy Mara, so he's moved from behind the plate to right field. I can't tell you who's behind the plate right now, as they jockey players around left and right here on the defensive side of things. 1 down here in the 5th. There's a strike call. Pasqualini at the plate. Hunter playing some shortstop. Gets the ball high in the air. And that's just going to be coming out. And is quickly 2 down.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 32.
So here's Robert Williams. So Williams will try to get something going with 2 down. South Windsor scored their only run in the back half of the 4th with a 2-out hit. Rodriguez pitch in there for the strike. He's looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Pitch down low. See the skyline of Hartford in the backdrop. Might be able to check it out. See bits and pieces of the Radisson Hotel filed off at the plate. Earlier today, the 17 under Stamford junior team with a 2-0 win over South Windsor. That's ball 4. So Rodriguez loses the batter, and Robert Williams down to the bag at first, and will send up to the plate Mickey Howe.
Now batting, first baseman, number 7, Mickey Howe.
So Mickey Howe swings from the left side. The pitch missed outside, ball 1. So after getting 2 outs, Rodriguez now struggling a tad just to find the strike zone. Rodriguez with a long look in. Now he's ready to deal it. Ground ball. That should do it for the inning. Down to second. Fielded on the bag at first. and that'll do it. So you have the walk. It doesn't hurt. We're back with the top of the 6th, and the score remains 3-1. Stamford with the lead over South Windsor. Back with the 6th inning in a moment. Stay with us on SportingNewsCT.com.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community.
Mickey Howe is going through his warm-ups out on the hill. Another pitcher on for South Windsor here in the 6th inning. Stamford coming to the plate.
Leading off the top of the 6th for Stanford, number 9, Bobby Cribben.
So Cribben will lead things off here. So Cribben, the extra hitter today. Facing number 7, Mickey Howe, who's out on the mound. That pitch fouled off. Howe into the windup. Pitch to Cribben, and that missed outside. Going to be popped up and fouled off towards us on the third base side. That pitch up high. Mickey Howe into the windup. That pitch missed up high again. Outfield playing just about straight away. These two teams expect to be around during playoff time. Cribben draws a walk. Both would love to win their zone so that they get a little rest before they continue on throughout the American Legion tournament. Goal is to make it to that championship series. So they got one on, and stepping up to the plate is Tufano. Tufano's pitched an inning today. Also competed in the field. A throw to the bag at first. Runner got on back over there. Mickey Howe's pitch popped up off the hands in the foul territory. It is playable. Going to be caught, and they got the runner off the bag. And the tag is made. They touch the base, and now the field umpire is awarding second base. I guess they called the balk is what they did. So that's why the runner was way off the bag. It was called by the field umpire, not the plate umpire. So instead of an out or a double play, you got a runner at the bag at second. And Tavano gets a swing again. Throw down, runner got back. Sand tried to put the tag on him. Mickey House pitch, strike call to Tavano. Stamford scored all 3 of their runs in the first 2 innings. Punch way up in the air. Right fielder will camp and make the catch, and you get an out. Sepatelli now playing in right field defensively for South Windsor. Able to find that ball.
Number 4, Connor Nicholson.
Brings up Connor Nicholson. The pitch in there for the strike call to Nicholson. 1 down, runner at second. Cribben walked to get on. Pitch a little high. His dad, a very good videographer. You talk about Cribben. Also a baseball umpire. Pitch in there for the strike. Ground ball hit to the shortstop, fielded. Double clutch or across a diamond, and they're going to say safe there. So hustling along was Nicholson. Now goes an infield base hit. They got runners on the corners. Pasqualini just double clutch on that throw across, and that was just enough time for the fleet-footed Nicholson to beat the throw. Colarossi stepping up to the plate. Telly, fine ball player, is part of a nice nifty double play combination earlier in the ball game. 4, 6, and 3. Shows bunt, pulls it back. The runner will take second without a throw. Stamford here in the top of the 6th, perhaps trying to put this game out of reach. Pitch miss low and away. Popped up. Who's going to take it? Somebody. Nobody. And everybody's safe. Pasqualini and Sand and the pitcher. Howe backed out first. He retreated right away. And the middle infielder just had a lot of problems on who was going to handle that. And nobody did, and the bases are loaded. They're going to come out and have a quick chat. Try to settle everybody down, put them on the same page. They were all speaking a different language just a moment ago. Nobody took charge. It was definitely one of the middle infielder's ball. It wasn't the pitcher's ball. So what a chance now for Hunter Semmel, one out and the bases loaded to break this game wide open. Out from the stretch of the pitch is going to be fouled off, golfed up towards the luxury seats, it looks like, here at Dunkin Donuts Stadium. And the pitch, a little high. Count goes level at 1 ball and 1 strike to Hunter Semmel. Semmel with a wiggle of the bat, the pitch to the plate. That's a ground ball hit up the middle, off the bag and through. 1 run will score, and they're going to hold all the rest as the throw comes strongly to the infield from Ben Custer, a good center fielder. So that's an RBI base hit for Semmel.
Now batting, the catcher, number 16, Tim Mira.
And that's another run up on the board with Mira stepping up to the plate. Stanford's lead has increased now to 4-1. They could potentially have a huge inning brewing here. That's their first run since the second inning. Jumped out to a 3-0 lead. In the 5th, South Windsor chipped away with a run. I should say the 4th they chipped away with a run. Pitch fouled off again. Another pitch fouled over the roof, off to the right. That pitch high. And that's ball 4, and that's going to walk in a run. So Howe struggling to find the strike zone. Stanford puts up yet another.
Now batting.
Bring to the plate Adam Stone. He is playing center field as Stone. And he'll foul the pitch straight back. So now 5-1 lead for Stanford here in the top of the 6th. And that's a base hit to the left side. A run will score. We'll put the brakes on Semmel at the bag at 3rd, and right now they're just chipping away. And it is 6-1. And they're coming out to have a chat with Mickey Howe. Looks like they're going to make a call to the bullpen. While they do that, we'll take a break. Right now it is all Stanford. They have the lead at 6-1 over South Windsor here at Dunkin Donuts Park in Hartford, Connecticut, the home of the Yard Goats. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
All right, Ruben Rodriguez coming up to the plate with the bases loaded, has a triple and a run scored in the contest. New pitcher out on the mound is Brandon Mabey. Not an easy situation for Mabey against a very good hitter here in Rodriguez. Coming on with the bases loaded. 3 runs home in the inning. A crooked number up on the board for Stamford. And now a 6-1 lead. Mabey's pitch up high to Rodriguez. Maybe trying to stop this bleeding, and that pitch is fouled off. Maybe into the windup and the pitch to Rodriguez, and he lost him. Ball 4, another run walked home. That's the second run in the inning walked home by South Windsor pitching. Maybe he'll be a senior at South Windsor High School this coming September.
The third baseman, number 5, T.J. Wainwright.
His baseball highlight, hitting his first high school home run this year and getting the win on the mound in the same game. He's proud of his brother Drew. He made the middle school baseball team as a 7th grader. So it's a baseball family. Like to play in college. Like to be a mechanical engineer. Well, he's got to engineer his way out of this jam here. 4 runs already home in the inning. This is Wainwright. There's an RBI hit in the ball game. Came back in the early innings. That pitch missed outside. That hit out to left field. It could be trouble. Falls in for a base hit. A run will score. Ball's kicked around, and they'll hold Stone at the bag at third. Again, it was down out of our view. I actually had to lean out a window to see where that ball is hit down the left field line here at this gorgeous ballpark. They put the press boxes on the third and first base side. Kind of angled away from the outfield. It's kind of interesting. So McMorrow to the plate. McMorrow playing first base. Still just one out, and the base is loaded. That ball gets away from the catcher, no advance by Stone. Wheels falling off a little bit for South Windsor here. Maybe's pitch to the plate, hit very high up into the air to the center fielder. He'll tag the runner Stone at the bag at third, and the throw comes through. Custer, but late. Stone will score on a sac fly. And ups the lead to 9-1.
Now batting, number 2, Montana Semmel.
So Montana Semmel to the plate. McMorrow with a sac fly and an RBI. So very productive at bat. Now you got runners at first and second with 2 down. Pitch from Maybe in there for the strike. Big swing and a miss by Semmel. South Windsor's got a lot of work to do now offensively. They have the bottom of the 6th and the 7th. They get some work done. Maybe just missed outside, low and away. Ball got away, no advance by the runners. Sand will collect it. That ball hit high and deep to right field. That's going to be trouble. It's way over the head of the right fielder, all the way to the wall. 2 runs will score. In the second goes Montana Semmel with a 2-run double. And it's now 11-1 Stamford, as they begin to really hit the cover off the baseball.
Now batting, number 3, Aaron Donaldo.
So Donaldo to step up to the plate. Been a long half inning. This is the 12th batter to come to plate in the inning. Cribbett on deck. He started the inning with a walk. Eventually scored. Playing with extra hitters today. The Maybe pitch to the plate is down low, and that's ball 4. So now you got runners at first and second and 2 down. Just not looking pretty for South Windsor.
Now batting, number 9, Bobby Cribbett.
So Cribbett comes to the plate for the second time. The other pitcher's in for the strike call. Right now, Brandon may be really struggling to find that strike zone. Going to be grounded foul. Pitch to the plate to Cribbett outside. We're in jeopardy of walking Cribbett for the second time of the ball game and reloading the bases. Sand will field it on the first. Will end the inning, but 8 up on the board for Stamford. and they lead 11-1 over South Windsor. We got more coming your way right here from Dunkin' Donut Park in Hartford, Connecticut. Stay with us.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right. Playing some pretty snazzy music in the background here at Dunkin' Donuts Park, home of the Yard Goats. Nice that they opened up the doors to South Windsor and Stamford American Legion ball players today. Had a junior game earlier, began at 4 o'clock. Stamford won that game by the score of 2-0. Nice touch by all four teams competing here today to get all players into the lineup, using the extra hitters, keeping everybody interested, of course. So into the bottom of the 6th we go, and there's a lot of work to do for South Windsor to get back into this game. Sepatelli to lead it off. And the pitch missed outside for ball 1. The game started at 7 o'clock, about an hour and 36 minutes old. Pitch is a strike over the outside corner. Big swing and a miss. The on-deck circle is Jason Ray. A pitch missed outside. A lot of the fans bringing some cameras today to take some pictures. I have memories. Real cameras, too. The old-fashioned cameras. There's a ball well struck. And that's in the left field for a base hit by Sepatelli. He'll take a big swing of the bag, and the cutoff throw will find its way all the way to the first baseman, and it's going to be fielded there by Flynn McMorrow. McMorrow collected a couple of RBIs with a gigantic hit into right center field here today. And Jason Ray stepping to the plate now for South Windsor. That's Rodriguez looking in for the sign. Ruben Rodriguez on the mound, into the windup, and the pitch from the righty at that high. That's actually Colarusso now pitching, number 1, excuse me. So Telly is pitching. That ball struck on a line right to second baseman. And that will be an out. Nice defensive effort by T.J. Wainwright. That was sharply hit. He was well stationed.
Now batting, second baseman, number 11, Kane O'Mara.
Brings up O'Mara. Big swing and a miss by O'Mara. Tried to get all 10 of those runs are down in one big swing. Foul back. And he's in a bit of a hole now. The pitch of the plate, and that's a tad high. And they were trying to get back into this account here. No, that's not going to happen. But to the curveball. Rossi does a nice job of that pitch. And it's going to bring up to the plate
Number 21,
Charlie King. So King will step in. Jack Van Horn in the on-deck circle for South Windsor. 1 down and 1 on. Ground ball hit to the third baseman. Scooped up. Throw's going to go across the diamond. And in time for the out. That was the third out of the inning. That's right. You had the line drive out, didn't you? And that's going to do it on the fielding play to end the 6th. Back with the top of 7 right after this. So stay with us here on SportingNewsCT.com as we bring you inaugural coverage of the 2017 American Legion baseball year.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Not only have I...
All right, welcome right back. Michael Tufano to lead things off here in the top of the 7th. Stamford with the commanding 10-run advantage. That's King out in the mound, and that ball ripped right through the legs of the third baseman, Jack Van Horn. And you got a lead-off base runner, Tufano. Brings up Nicholson. He's played some short today.
The shortstop, number 4, Connor Nicholson.
He's done a nice job in that position. Charlie King, who's played some first base, now pitching, and that pitch is hit towards the gap in right center field. That's well struck. Going to roll all the way to the wall. Cam around. Heading to third and stopping there is Tufano, and that's going to be a double by Nicholson a long way out to right center field. So now you got runners at second and third.
The pitcher, number 1, Tatelli, Calarossi.
So Calarossi will step on in. Calarossi will take a strike. Stamford looking to add to their 10-run lead. That pitch fouled straight back. Here's the pitch. A little high. Pitch will go to the backstop. No advance by the runners. You got Hunter Semmel on deck. Ball struck down to the shortstop, fielded, gunned across for the out. Nice fielding play by Pasqualini that time. So they get the out. No advance by the runners at second and third, and brings up to the plate Hunter Semmel.
Third baseman. Number 34,
Playing third base
Hunter
now.
Semmel.
Began the game as the pitcher out in the mound worked an inning for Stamford. So Semmel to dig in. Pitch will get through the catcher. Again, no advance by the runner to find out the bag at third. They're up by 10. South Windsor team looks a little discouraged right now. Pitch fouled off. Big swing and a miss. King's pitch. Semmel hits it on the ground. The third baseman fielded. Thrown across the diamond in time for the out by Jack Van Horn. And you have two down.
Now batting, the catcher, number 16, Tim Mira.
So I'm going to bring up Timmy Mira. Tim has done a nice job behind the plate. Pitch golfs high up in the air. It's going to fly out of play up into the stands. Fouled off again. Catcher with the mask off, no hope. It's in the stands. They broke it open with 8 runs in the 6th inning. And now in the top of the 7th. And that'll be strike 3. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th, and there's a lot of work to do for South Windsor. They're down on the scoreboard, and we're back with more in just a moment.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people.
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
You're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
You also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Not only have I learned a lot of speech.
Well, Bobby Cribben has come on to work here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Close the door on this one, perhaps. All Stamford, as you can see on the scoreboard, 11-1. Never trailed, led by 3 after 2, and then had a monstrous 6th inning when they scored 8. Break it wide open here. I think it's been quite a thrill for all these players involved here today to compete at this beautiful ballpark. Cribben going through his final warm-up. He's going to face Jack Van Horn to start it off. Infield for Stamford will get together for just a moment. Adam Stone part of the infield. They all get a chance to play different positions. Like Stone will play at third base.
Off the bottom of the 7th south. The third baseman. Number 6, Jack Van Horn.
So Van Horn will try to get something going here. Cribben pitches fouled straight back. Cribben will work quickly. Bobby's pitch to the plate, foul back. 10-run lead, throws strikes. Let the players behind you make the plays. Cribben pitch popped up. Second baseman will call and make the catch. Put away by TJ Wainwright. So one down.
The center fielder, number 1, Ben Custer.
So Ben Custer stepping up. Been quite a thrill for everybody involved here today. They opened the place up at about 3 o'clock. Really gave everybody a big league feel. Pitch missed inside. That's in there for the strike call. Well, you'll check our schedule on SportingNewsCT.com for future games. Also on YouTube, where we'll pre-schedule things. Also have updates, of course, on the CTALBB website, the Connecticut American Legion website. Over the next couple of weeks, get into full swing with our coverage during the final week of the regular season. Into the playoffs. Ground ball hit the short. It's going to be a long throw, and they're going to say safe. I think Ben Custer is awarded for some hustle down the line. That was Mera who fielded it. He's been the catcher for most of the day.
Now batting the third baseman, number 22, Ty Sarah.
So Sarah will step up to the plate with a runner on and one down. Goodwin's pitch missed low and inside. That pitch down low. Ball hit high up in the air to the left fielder and over the head of the left fielder. Is going to be chased down by Nicholson all the way to the wall. Hitting the bag at third is Custer. He's going to fly home. Here comes the throw. On time, they got him. So a beautiful relay throw by Timmy Mera. Nicholson had to chase it down, and they get Custer at home with a beautiful tag. Ending up at the bag at third. That will go as a double. Taking third on the throw was Tyler Serra. He really walloped that, and here's Tommy Sand now with two down and a runner at third base. The Cribben pitch to the plate. Dribbler to Cribben on the first. That's going to do it. Stamford comes away with a convincing 11-1 win here today over South Windsor in a game played right here at beautiful Dunkin' Donuts Park in Hartford, Connecticut. Your final score, Stamford 11 and South Windsor 1. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time, everybody.